Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you simple leg exercises that you can do at home which will help you to strengthen up your standing, your walking and also your transfers. In each of these exercises that I'm going to show you, I'll be showing you a simple alternative version that you can do if you cannot do the main exercise I'm showing you. So welcome to Basically Physio, my name is Suresh and I'm a physiotherapist. So I need you to have a few things before you start the exercises. First, if you can have a plastic bag, it'll be very good because you can do a simple version of the exercise I'm going to show you. Second, I need you to have a chair with a back support. Lastly, this is optional but highly recommended for you to do these exercises with a caregiver. If not, do it very safely and very slowly by yourself. So if you've been following me for a while, this exercise will not be new to you. This is called the seated knee extension isometric. What I want you to do is just sit upright and place your feet firmly on the floor and just extend your leg as high as you can for the weaker leg. Okay? You don't need to go all the way straight. I just need you to go as high as you can. And sometimes when your leg is so weak, you may just be able to do a little bit forward and back. But the fact that if you can just raise up your heel off the ground, that is already a very good sign and you should only get stronger from here. So hold it there for 10 seconds. Okay? And bring it back down slowly. Okay, so one thing to watch out is when you're in this position and you want to bring it down, don't let it flop down like this. Okay, so do it slowly, extend your leg for 10 seconds. If this is how much you can do, then hold it here. If this is how much you can do, then hold it there. Okay, doesn't matter how high you go, just do the movement correctly. Hold it for 10 seconds and bring it down. You want to do this for 10 repetitions and 3 sets in a day. So if you are very weak on this leg, an alternate version of this exercise is to tie a plastic bag around your feet. Okay, and in the same position, I just want you to slide your feet forward as high as you can and bring it back. Okay, this will be very easy for you. Usually it'll be easy for you because the friction is lost when you put the plastic bag. Very little friction on the ground. Just straighten it as high as you can. You do not need to lift up the leg because you might be weak, so just as far forward as you can, hold it for 10 seconds and bend it back. Okay, so this is an easier version of the knee extension isometrics. Hold it there for 10 seconds and bring it back down. Same thing, you want to do 10 repetitions for 3 sets in a day. And back. Okay, so this is the simpler version. Extend for 10 seconds and back down. Another tip is that you can actually sit a little bit more forward so that it will be a bit more easier for you and you can extend a bit more also. 10 seconds, hold and bring it back. If you find this content useful, consider liking and subscribing for more content like this. So the next exercise is going to be targeting your hip internal and external rotators. Okay, so most of the time when you're having a stroke, when your leg is weak, a lot of times your knee will start to go in, your hip and knee will start to go in and cave inwards. This is a sign of weakness. So what we're going to focus on for this exercise is that we're going to place your feet firmly on the ground. Imagine this is the weaker leg. Okay, I just want you to place it firmly on the ground and control your knee to point outwards. Okay, and bring it back in. So a lot of times your knee will just fall inwards like this, but what we are training is we're going to train it to go outwards. Okay, this is going to be tricky. Main thing I want you to focus on is leading the movement with your knee because the hip is moving, but if your knee is pointing outwards and your feet is flat on the ground, then you're doing it correctly. Okay, and bring it back in. So focus on bringing it out and bring it back in slowly. Okay, you don't have to hold for this, you just want to do it slowly and controlled for 10 repetitions and do it for 3 sets. So out and in. Okay, so a simpler version for this hip internal external rotation is that you put a plastic bag on your feet, okay, and you're just going to slide it outwards, and inwards. Okay, so you actually want to focus on going in and out. Okay, while keeping your feet on the floor, planted on the floor. Okay, so really just use your hips to drive this movement and let your feet and knee follow through. The lack of friction or the reduction in the friction will help you in this exercise. Okay, so for this you want to do on both sides, in and out, but mainly focusing on the out. Okay, and do it 10 repetitions for each side. If that is too difficult, then just focus on going outwards like this for for 10 repetitions and do it 3 sets. So as you're doing this, make sure your trunk is leaning back, or if you can maintain it upright, that's good. But if you're tired, then just lean back and do it like this, okay? 10 repetitions, 3 sets. Okay, the next exercise is going to be a sit to stand. So when you're doing a sit to stand, it's a very, very good movement because it actually relates to majority of the functions for you as a stroke survivor in doing your activities of daily living. So when you're doing a sit to stand, there will be common mistakes that stroke survivors or anyone with a weakness will tend to do. So for example, my weak leg is on my right side. Okay, example, this is the weak leg. What will happen is my stronger leg will tend to go backwards and my weaker leg will tend to go forward, and then you will do a sit to stand. Okay, for example, like this. The reason this happens is because your stronger leg, there's definitely more power, and your weaker leg, there's lesser power, right? This pattern actually uses your stronger leg more than your weaker leg. So this is like a compensating mechanism that your body will automatically do when you want to stand up. So as a stroke survivor or neurological injury survivor, do look at how you do a sit to stand, whether your legs are going like this. If it is, then firstly just correct it, okay? So you want to place both feet together in the sense that it's the same level, okay? So this is a very good way to train up both equal weight bearing on both legs, okay? So first get this right. Next, you want to sit out of the chair a little bit more, feet in the same level as each other, sit out a little bit more. And the next common thing that people tend not to do is actually bending forward further in front, okay? So you really have to bend forward to lift up your buttocks, okay? So really focus on looking forward, not down, looking forward, and bending your bending your trunk forward like this and lift up, okay? Equal weight bearing on both legs, okay? Just do this for about 10 repetitions and 3 sets, okay? So if you're having a weakness on one side, it may not look so coordinated or nice. So a simpler alternate version would be to actually use your hand to push off a little bit, just to give you the extra support. Okay, if you are quite strong and you want to do it by yourself, then you can actually fold your arms like this and bend forward and stand up. So for all of this, just do 10 repetitions and 3 sets. Now for the last exercise, it's actually going to be just one version. There's no easier version for this. I want you to hold on to a tabletop for support, or if you have a chair in front, you can hold on to it for support for both hands. Okay, but since I will block the view, so I'm just going to show on my tabletop. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to get into a standing position, but not fully extend, okay? So you're going to go in a half squat. In this position, I want you to focus on looking forward, okay? Not looking down, but looking forward and putting equal weight on both legs, okay? So if you're stronger on one leg, make sure you're putting 50% on it and 50% on the weaker leg, okay? And just come down slowly. This will be a bit difficult and you may not be able to do at the start, but over time you should be able to do. So hold on to for support, bend your body forward, do not fully stand, maintain a half squat position, and make sure you are putting weight equally on both legs and sit down slowly. This will be tiring, so just do for 5 repetitions and 3 sets at the start. If you can do 10, then you are well on your way to a good recovery. So up, hold it there, equal weight bearing on both sides, and slowly sit down. Remember to bend your body forward, equal weight on both sides, and down. So you've come to the end of the video. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.